Coming out of the bye week, I want to see this football team make some major changes. I'll tell you what those are right around the corner, but I want to hear from you in the comment section first, because we're not talking about actually firing Joe Shane today, because I'm a little tired of it. We all know it should happen or not. What do you say? Do you think the Giants should fire or keep Joe Shane? Sound off for me. You're locked into New York Giants now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Bye week changes for the New York Giants. You are eliminated from the playoffs. The focus should be on what is best for this football team. Maybe not right now, maybe not whatever you got to do to win a football game right now, but to help this team develop with eyes set on the prize of future success, 2026, 2027. That is what I think the Giants should be focusing on. I also think you should get this New York Giants Now by Chat Sports t-shirt with the holiday season here. Get your shirt today. One of the first ones to get one. Go to chatsports.com/Giants Now shirt. A lot of people have been saying, Marsh, we need some merch. Well, we got you a shirt. Get yours today at this link right now. All right, the first bye week change I want to see is Darius Alexander, the rookie defensive tackle out of Toledo, selected number 65 overall. I want to see him get more snaps the rest of the way. We're officially at the point of winning shouldn't be the only thing that matters. What matters maybe more than winning is playing Darius Alexander, seeing if he can continue to develop, and maybe he can be your starting defensive tackle next to Dexter Lawrence if he's on this team next year and going forward. We saw him have a pretty good game against the Detroit Lions. He had 2 sacks in that ball game. He's got 2.5 on the season, 3 tackles for loss, 13 tackles, and he has 11 pressures. But you look at the overall snaps and the number of snaps that he has been getting throughout the season, and the number just really isn't all that high. Like, I want to see those numbers continue to go up and up and up. He played in just 26 snaps against New England, did play in 37 snaps versus Detroit. It was actually his best game, so more snaps maybe equals more production. But 16, 28, 14, 16, 24, 9, 27, 25, 23, 15. I want to see him be the second highest snap getter at that interior defensive line spot next to Dexter Lawrence. I don't need to see Roy Robertson Harris all that much anymore. I don't need to see Raheem Nunez-Roches play that many snaps anymore. I don't need to see DJ Davidson go out there and log that many snaps. Let Darius Alexander get the bulk of those snaps so he could develop, so you can get a read on him and see what he has in these final 4 weeks. Let's stay on the theme of rookies playing more. I want to see Marcus Mbow be the starting right guard for the last 4 games of the season. Do I think this is going to happen? Probably not, but I do think it should happen, as the 35-year-old Greg Van Roten, who will be 36 by the time the season gets kicked off in the fall, like, he's a free agent, and he's 36. And are you going to enter the year next year with Greg Van Roten being your starting right guard? Like, he's not a bad player. I think he's had actually a pretty good year this year. He started all 13 games for the Giants. He's rated as the 37th best guard according to Pro Football Focus. He's been a really good pass blocker. That's something where a spot that he excels. But like we talked about at the top of the video, I want to see these players that are young get the opportunity to get more snaps. And I want to have a right guard on this football team that could be an elite run blocker. That's something that Greg Van Roten just isn't at this point, rated as the 42nd best run blocking guard out of almost 80 qualifying guards. When you look at Marcus Mbow's numbers, according to Pro Football Focus, in the 2 games that he started at left tackle versus Kansas City and at right tackle versus San Francisco, and you look at the run block grade, it was an 80.5 and then an 82.3. This is the guy that played right guard in college some. He's played right tackle. He's played left tackle. Let's see what we have in Marcus Mbow in these final remaining games. Can he show that he can be the long-term right guard for this football team? I think that would be more important than going and beating the Las Vegas Raiders, because that means nothing. Just like the win against the Colts last year meant nothing. Just like the Tommy DeVito wins meant nothing. What you should be focused on is the players and the guys that are either going to be here in the future or not. Mbow's going to be here a while. Alexander's going to be here a while. Hopefully they're here as starters for a while, and I think in these final 4 games, you should give them the runway to do it. I also want to see Mike Kafka take the handcuffs off of Jaxson Dart. I thought that was the most conservative game the New York Giants have called all year long. And it was the game where you were down, 17-0 in the first 7 minutes of that game? Like, these last 4 games should be an opportunity for Jaxson Dart to continue to grow as a passer, not working on his handoff, not working on his zone read. The play calling versus New England was embarrassing. I was talking to my guy Chase Sr., who covers the NFL here at Chat Sports. He's like, what was Mike Kafka doing? And I was like, I don't know. They were trying to establish the run late in the third quarter, down 23 points. Nearly 4 possessions. They were running the ball like it was 1930. Like, come on, man. You got a rookie quarterback. If all we're going to do is run the ball and we want to keep Jaxson Dart safe, go put Jameson. But if you're going to play Jaxson Dart, let's do what's best for him, which is allow him to operate a drop-back offense, operate a passing offense. He's not going to get any better if he just continues to hand the ball to Motor Singletary, or he go flanks out wide at wide receiver and we have Motor in the Wildcat. Like, I understand the Giants had some success running the ball against New England, but it was because New England was playing prevent defense and allowing you to run the ball for 6 yards per carry. These last 4 games should be about development, getting these young players on track to be better for the 2026 Giants. Let Mike Kafka, I don't know if the word is let Mike Kafka. Mike Kafka, let Jaxson Dart open it up. I know there's been a lot of talk about this subject, and I don't want to spend too much time on it. Jaxson, you're in this position of being the Giants quarterback, being the first-round pick, being potentially the franchise guy because who you are and what you are made of. And I know you're a physical football player. You're more of a football player than you are a quarterback, and I say that in the most respectful way, and I think you know what I mean by that. My message to you would be this. I don't want you to change anything about how you play the game, except one thing. Don't take the stupid hits. I don't mind that you want to run the football. I actually want you to run the football because that's why you're such a good player. But there's no reason for you to take that hit on the sideline by Christian Ellis. Get out of bounds. Slide. Like, that extra yard wasn't going to do anything except put you at risk. Avoid the stupid hit. Avoid the big hits. I'm not asking you to never run. That would be stupid. Why would I take away your superpower? I'm asking you to take care of yourself because this team needs you. This fan base needs you. Be an aggressive runner, but be smart. There's a difference between being aggressive and being stupid. And being stupid is what you were on that play by taking that hit. I get it. You weren't hurt. You're not going to last forever. And you know what? I want you to be the quarterback for this team for a long time. Just don't take the unneeded, unnecessary big hits. Like that one. I don't think you've taken too many of those. Maybe the one against the Chargers in the first game of the year, the one in the preseason, that one against the New England Patriots. Just step out of bounds. Live to play another day. I'm going to try to move the chains after that. We're all rooting for you. We all want you to be you because you are who we want to be as quarterback. Just avoid the stupid hits. That's all we're saying. I also want to see Abdul Carter, 1, be an adult. 2, be a good teammate. 3, be on time to meetings. And 4, be a good football player. Like, you are capable of all of those things, Abdul Carter. You know that. We all know that. But I also want to see Charlie Bullen, who is now the defensive coordinator for the Giants for the final 4 remaining games, who was the outside linebacker coach that worked day in and day out with Abdul, to scheme it up for him. Let's get him some free sacks. Let's let him be the guy that gets to loop around and benefit from the stunt instead of always being the kamikaze screen setter, as I like to call it. Like, you need to end the season strong. Like, go out there and how about a multi-sack game? One of these games. You go play that sorry-ass team in Las Vegas, go muck it up. Go be great. end the season on the right foot. So I'm not necessarily sure, outside of the Giants trying to scheme it up more for Abdul, what needs to change. More importantly, what needs to change is Abdul Carter. You need to change and stop being irresponsible. Because quite frankly, that's what you've been as a rookie this year. You have made more storylines with things outside of the football field. And as a number 3 pick, that should never, ever happen. I know there's 1.5 sacks. I know you've only got to do the Darth Vader thing 1.5 times. But there are numbers to be excited about. And look, I'm not going to bore you to death with, he's got the pressures. He's got the QB hits. Got the hurries. 99% of the time, though, when you have these things like he does, where he's top 18 in all of them, this is going to come. Hopefully it does. I want a multi-sack game to close out the season. Do what you got to do, Abdul. I'll just leave it at that. The last bye week change I want to see for the Giants is Turbo Miller on the game day roster. For a couple of different reasons. One, Tyrone Tracy is hurt. Is it a long-term injury? Do I need the 26-year-old Tyrone Tracy to take hit after hit after hit the rest of the season, as he has a hip injury? I think he had a stinger as well. I don't need to see Eric Gray anymore. I know what Eric Gray is. He's a CFL running back at best. And I say that with all due respect to him. You're not an NFL running back, and you're damn sure not a kick returner. I don't know why Joe Shane mandates that you keep going out there, despite him saying he never makes the same mistake twice. I don't need to see Tyrone Tracy if he's hurt playing in these final 4 weeks. I don't need to see Devin Singletary being the lead back with not really a rep share at the running back spot. It's week 15, 16, 17, and 18. You're 2 and whatever. The season's over. There's no playoff hopes. Let's see if Dante Miller can contribute in the National Football League. I know it's the preseason, and I get it, 2.6 yards per carry, but I think anyone that has watched the New York Giants preseason over the last 2 years would say a couple things about Miller. He's explosive. He's a weapon. You can use him in the screen game. And he's someone, if there's green grass, he can find a hole and he could stick his foot in the dirt, get north and south, and press the turbo button. I want to see what he looks like the remainder of the season. And another one is look for a new kicker. I'm sorry, Younghoe Koo, I don't think you're going to be the future kicker for the New York Giants. So go try to find somebody else that potentially could. You're telling me that there's not anyone else on the planet that can actually do a better job than what the Giants have done at kicker. The Cowboys found Brandon Aubrey as a soccer player. I'm not saying you got to find the next Brandon Aubrey, but I think there is someone out there that you could try out these next 4 games that could maybe be your kicker going into the future. But Joe Shea never makes the same mistake twice, so I'm sure Graham Gano will be on this football team next year. I understand your question. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram @MarshallGreen_.